Who are South Africa's second largest party, the Democratic Alliance? Well, the roots of the Democratic Alliance can be found far back in the history of South Africa in the struggle against apartheid. The party had been made up of white South Africans opposed to the apartheid regime, who had attempted to fight the system from within the South African parliament. What started off as the Progressive Party would over the years go through a series of mergers and name changes till it eventually settled on the Democratic Alliance in the year 2000, and the DA had been the main opposition party to the ANC ever since the early 2000s. Much of the Democratic Alliance's support comes from South Africa's Western Cape region. The current party leader of the Democratic Alliance is John Steenhuisen, who currently serves as South Africa's Agriculture Minister. Steenhuisen is a career politician who started his political career in 1999 at the age of 22. Over the years, he would rise through the ranks of the Democratic Alliance to become the party leader in November 2020. As for the DA's domestic policies, on the economy, they wish to see less government involvement in the South African economy compared to the current system under the ANC. The DA is also opposed to some of the race-based policies that have been put forward by the ANC. For example, they are opposed to the ANC's Black Economic Empowerment policy. They instead advocate for broader policies aimed at tackling poverty without any sort of racial component to it. Moreover, the party is firmly against land reform. They are against any forceful expropriation of land from landowners. The DA suggests, alternatively, that the South African government should endeavor to obtain land from farm owners through consensual means and subsequently redistribute it among South Africans. One major reform that the Democratic Alliance would like to implement is electoral reform in South Africa. The DA would like to see an electoral system based on proportional representation being put in place in South Africa. In terms of foreign policy, it will be difficult to really spell out what the Democratic Alliance's foreign policy would be like, as they have never been the ruling party in South Africa, and they tend to be very vague in their descriptions of their foreign policy agenda. However, one area where we might get an idea of the DA's foreign policy is their stance on Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The DA has been a very vocal supporter of Ukraine following its invasion by Russia. The DA has been very critical of the ANC's neutral stance on the war. The Democratic Alliance has even gone as far as to call for Vladimir Putin to be arrested for the actions of his military throughout the war.